Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the How to Move to Los Cabos video series. The online series where I get to teach you everything that you need to know about how to make a successful and easy move down to our beautiful Los Cabos, Mexico. I'm out here in the Cabo San Lucas Marina. It's another beautiful day out here, and today the topic of our video is going to be what are some of the most desired communities and areas down here in Los Cabos. If you've seen previous videos, you have probably seen the one where I talk about the most common regions all over Los Cabos, and you've probably learned about Cabo San Lucas, San Jose, Todos Santos, Los Barriles, and just the different areas. But in this video, I'm actually going to be telling you what are some of the communities that you need to know about in each one of these particular areas so you can be well informed. My name is Ari Westwood. I was born and raised down here in Los Cabos. I am a real estate agent and the manager of the Cabo San Lucas Baja Properties office. Baja Properties was the first real estate company down here in Los Cabos, so you can rest assured that all of this information is going to be extremely valuable for you as you plan your move down here to our beautiful Los Cabos. Now, this isn't going to be a standalone video. This video is part of a longer series on how to move down here, and you're not going to want to miss out on any of the upcoming videos. So make sure to like this video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell below so you can stay up to date on all of the videos that we will be making for you guys. So let's get to it. What are some of the most desired areas down here in Los Cabos? Well, since I am from Cabo San Lucas, I am definitely going to start with my favorite, which is down here in Cabo San Lucas. If you've seen previous videos, you probably know by now that Cabo San Lucas is going to be the more active part of Los Cabos. You have in Los Cabos, it's made up of Cabo San Lucas and San Jose, but Cabo San Lucas is usually going to be known just for having way more activity going on. If you come down here on a cruise ship, this is where you're going to land, this is where you're going to hang out. If you're going out here in Los Cabos for some nightlife, you're going to be hanging out in Cabo San Lucas. If you want to be going out fishing consistently, you're going to be out here on the Cabo San Lucas Marina, and you're going to be in Cabo San Lucas. So now, let's get to the main areas in Cabo San Lucas. We can't start talking about luxury real estate and real estate overall without starting off with the Pedregal. The Pedregal was one of the first luxury communities out here in Los Cabos, and up to today, it's still one of the most desired regions out here in Cabo San Lucas. It's absolutely gorgeous. It has two sides, one that faces the marina and one that faces the Pacific Ocean. And it's the home to the Waldorf Astoria Resort, which keeps on winning awards year after year because it's such an incredible hotel. So the Pedregal is definitely one region that you're going to want to learn more about and check it out if you get a chance. The second region that we're going to be talking about inside of Cabo San Lucas is going to be the Médano Beach Residences. El Médano is the most popular beach down here in Cabo San Lucas. And inside of this cove of El Médano, there's really not a lot of full ownership real estate options because it's mostly full of resorts. But there are a handful of them, and the most popular ones are going to be the Hacienda, which has two versions of it. It has the traditional Hacienda, and it has the Hacienda One Homes, with more of a modern touch to it. Another resort option that's going to be in the Médano Beach area is going to be Villa La Estancia, which is a little bit on the older side, but it's still an incredible location. And there's going to be a handful of other options that are just going to be a little bit further back from the beach, but still within walking distance, and it's definitely one of the more popular areas for people to look for real estate down here in Cabo San Lucas. Now, the next area is actually not very far away from the Médano Beach area, and it is where I'm currently standing, or sitting. I'm out here in the Marina area, and you're going to be able to find a lot of residential options out here in the Marina area, and one of the most popular ones is going to be where I'm sitting right now, which is Marina Cabo Plaza. Behind me, you're gonna have Plaza Bonita. Over here to my left, you're gonna have Puerto Paraíso Residences. And the other one that's pretty popular is called El Tesoro, which is also out here on the marina. Now, there are not actually that many residential areas around the marina. You're gonna have a lot of restaurants. You're gonna have a lot of, a couple of hotels. And just overall, there's just going to be a lot of activity, but not so many condos. So if you want to get one down here, you got to mention it to your agent so we can be really on top of it. So when one of them comes up, you can actually scoop it up. These are extremely popular for people that like to fish because literally you can walk out of your condo and get out here to your boat. It's a pretty cool thing to do. Another very popular area in Cabo San Lucas is going to be the Quivira Master Plan. The Quivira Master Plan is going to be about 15 minutes away from where I'm sitting right now in the Marina. It's on the Pacific side of Cabo San Lucas. It's not far away, but this area is really cool because they have several communities inside of this master plan, and it's also got a couple of hotels such as the Pueblo Bonito Sunset Beach and the upcoming St. Regis. So inside of Quivira, there's just a lot for you guys to explore. I will be making a longer video about Quivira in which I talk about all of the sub-communities inside of Quivira. But as of right now, all you need to know is that it's one of the most popular areas inside of Cabo San Lucas. Now, if you've seen my previous videos about the regions in Los Cabos, you probably heard me talk about how Cabo San Lucas has outskirts towards the Pacific and how it has outskirts towards the corridor. On the outskirts towards the corridor, which is the road that leads to San José del Cabo, you're gonna have some communities such as Cabo Bello, Santa Carmela, and you're gonna have the very popular El Tesal area. El Tesal is not a community. It's a region. It's a larger segment of Cabo San Lucas on the way to San José del Cabo. It's not far away from the Marina area, and some of the most popular communities inside of El Tesal are going to be Cresta del Mar, Rancho Paraíso, Ventanas, and some of the more popular condo communities out there are going to be Tramonti and Vista Villas. Now moving on to the Pacific outskirts of Cabo San Lucas, we're going to have two very special community for those people that absolutely love golf. We're talking about Diamante. Diamante is one of the most popular communities for people that love to play golf. And the first thing I gotta say about Diamante is that it's massive. It is just huge. It's got the Hard Rock Hotel in there. It's got the Nobu Hotel in there. It's got one of the largest man-made lagoons, I think, in Mexico. It might be in the world. I think you can see it from space. It's a pretty crazy big lagoon. So Diamante is known for having incredible golf. And it has 4 golf courses right now. Some of them were designed by Tiger Woods. And what's very special about Diamante right now is that they just signed a deal with the PGA to be hosting the tournament out there in Diamante, I believe for the next 4 years. They just had it last year for the first time. The last community on the outskirts of Cabo San Lucas heading out to the Pacific is going to be Rancho San Lucas. This is actually a relatively newer community, but you can actually find some really cool townhomes out there. They've got a really cool golf course and a couple of hotels out there as well, and some pretty cool restaurants with just insane views. Now, these communities in the Pacific Ocean are gonna have incredible views of the sunsets over the Pacific Ocean, and what makes them very special in comparison to areas like down here in Cabo San Lucas is that you're close. You're about 15-20 minutes out, but it's quiet. In the night, you can just look up, see beautiful stars, feel that Pacific breeze, and just feel the awesomeness of being out in the Pacific desert out here on the Baja California Sur Peninsula. Up next, we're going to be talking about San José del Cabo. If you've seen the previous video where I described what Los Cabos is, you know that Los Cabos is made up of 2 towns, Cabo San Lucas and San José del Cabo. In San José del Cabo, you're going to find a more relaxed environment. It's more cultural. Over there after 10 o'clock at night, you can expect it to be quiet. There's not going to be that much activity. And one of the perks about San Jose is that it has quick access to the East Cape, and that's where our international airport is. The international airport by itself is an incredible perk because this is one of the most incredible airports in all of Mexico and Latin America. This airport has direct flights to most of the United States and a lot of major cities in Canada, and now it has a couple of direct flights even to certain places in Europe. And it keeps on expanding. It's just a really, really interesting airport. Now let's talk about the main communities in San José del Cabo. The first one that we need to start off with is the magical Palmilla. If you've been down here to Los Cabos and you've ventured out to San José del Cabo, I don't think you could have missed Palmilla. It's just an incredible location, super green. It looks like an oasis in the beautiful desert that we have down here in Los Cabos. It's just packed with tons of palm trees, and it is the home to the one and only Palmilla Resort, which is very famous and just an incredible location. Inside of Palmilla, there's a couple of shopping areas, there's a couple of restaurants, and overall Palmilla is one of the most desired areas down here in Los Cabos, and it was one of the first areas, so it actually has that fame behind it. Across Palmilla, you're going to have another one of my favorite communities, which is Querencia. Querencia has been growing and developing over the last couple of years. It's an incredible golfing community like Palmilla. Oh, I forgot to mention that Palmilla has really good golf. Querencia has incredible golf as well. It's got a really, really nice community going to it. And one of the things that makes Querencia really particular and cool is that they have tons of activities to offer, such as mountain biking and cool running trails and a couple of lakes inside of the actual development. It's a really cool community that you gotta check out if you're looking for more on the luxury side residential areas. One thing to mention about Querencia is that it's not directly on the water. It's on the other side of the highway, not like Palmilla and other communities that we're gonna be talking about. This one is one of the only luxury communities that's on the other side of the highway, but just since it's so awesome, it completely makes it on the list. And now they have their beach club, so you can just go underneath the highway and be right on the beach club and enjoy the many, many activities and perks that they have out there in that amazing beach club of Querencia. Right next to Querencia, you're gonna have the famous La Jolla area. And we're gonna start talking about La Jolla beachfront condos first. This entire segment is really cool because you've got just a very, very beautiful beach right in front of you. It's particularly popular for people that like to surf because you're going to have a couple of the most popular surf breaks in Los Cabos, specifically in San José del Cabo, that are going to be almost just walking distance from your apartment. Some of the main communities out there, some of the main condo communities out there are going to be Las Olas, Las Residencias, Soleado, Mykonos, and of course La Jolla beachfront condos. Now, one thing that I must mention about these condos in this region is that they're most likely going to be on the older side. One thing that's very particular about all of Los Cabos is that there's not actually that many beachfront condos. Most of the beachfront properties have been developed by resorts, and it's mostly full with hotels, a couple of restaurants, but not that many full ownership real estate options. This particular region out there in San Jose actually has some of the most accessible condos because they were built a little while ago. So if you have a chance to go check these out and you want a beachfront condo in San Jose, this is definitely one of the places you want to start off if you're looking for an option that's going to be more in a budget. Right across the street, you're going to have La Jolla. Now, this is part of that same region, which is La Jolla. And it's going to be up in the mountains, so a lot of these homes are going to have really cool views of the Sea of Cortez. But another thing to mention is that La Jolla was one of the first communities in San Jose del Cabo. So some of these homes are going to be also on the older side, which can be really cool for getting some larger pieces of property, maybe doing some remodelation. But it's also cool if you're just looking for a piece of property that is not necessarily the newest on a larger piece of property that you can snag up at a good deal. So that is going to be La Jolla. Up next to this area, we're gonna have Campestre. Campestre is going to be one of the more budget-friendly options if you're looking for a golf community. It has, I believe, a Jack Nicklaus golf course in there, and it's also home to a couple sub-communities inside of the Campestre master plan. You have some condo communities such as Cora and Win Living, and you also have just tons of really, really cool homes in this particular region. They also have a beachfront beach club that is also part of the amenities of Campestre. So even though it's not on the beach side of the highway, you're still really close and you have access to this beach club in case you want to spend the day out there. Now, one of my favorite areas in all of San Jose is going to be the Zona Hotelera, or the hotel zone. And this is going to be the home to basically some of the most popular resorts out there in San Jose del Cabo. And there are not that many full ownership real estate options in this area that are beachfront. But some of the options that you're definitely not going to want to miss out are going to be Tortuga Bay, which are some of the coolest condos out there in the zone. And you also have Las Mañanitas. There's a couple more that are being developed right now. I can't really speak too much about them because they're not built yet. But if you're looking for some really good opportunities, right now Tortuga Bay has some really cool things going on. And Las Mañanitas is also one that you're not going to want to miss out if you're looking for beachfront condos in this very desirable area, packed with hotels, restaurants, and all sorts of amenities, including a bike lane that takes you directly to the downtown area of San Jose del Cabo. Just a magical, magical area. Now, right across the street, on the non-beachfront side of the zona hotelera, you've also got some pretty cool condo options. These are going to be for the people that are looking for more budget-friendly options because, again, these were built a while back, which is cool because you're able to get into some of these communities, and some of these communities are going to be condos such as Peninsula Condos, La Costa, and Misiones de San Jose. And a little bit further up the hill, you're also going to have Alegranza, which is going to be a newer condo development, but it's still kind of in the same region. Now, the last two areas I'm going to mention about San Jose, well, the close area to San Jose, are going to be Magisterial and Finisterra. These used to be just kind of middle class home areas, and now, because of the location, they're starting to gain more popularity. These are going to be single home areas with no HOAs, and if you're out here and you're just trying to find a home that is not going to be within a gated community, these might be areas that you are going to want to check out. Again, these are called Magisterial and Finisterra. Last but not least, we got to talk about some of the cooler communities that are going to be out on the outskirts of San Jose. These are going to be communities such as Puerto Los Cabos, which is a massive master plan out there on the Sea of Cortez. This community has a couple of hotels such as the Ritz-Carlton, it has the Marriott, El Ganso, and they even have their own marina out there. If you did not know, the Cabo San Lucas Marina is one of the most popular marinas in the world. So having this other marina option out there in Puerto Los Cabos is very desirable for people that just want to have their boat close to their big home out there in Puerto Los Cabos and be able to just go out on boat rides whenever they desire to. So Puerto Los Cabos is definitely one region that you're going to want to check out. They have they have a couple of major golf courses out there. They have beach clubs, and it's just a really, really cool development that is going to be about 10 to 15 minutes away from downtown San Jose. Now, the last community we're going to talk about is called El Encanto de la Laguna. El Encanto de la Laguna is going to be the last development inside of San Jose out towards the East Cape. It's going to be about 15 to 20 minutes out of downtown San Jose del Cabo. And one cool thing about El Encanto de la Laguna is that it starts having kind of like that Pacific side of Cabo, a way more relaxed vibe to it. At nights, it gets quiet. You can look at the beautiful stars out there. You can look at incredible moonrises over the Sea of Cortez and incredible sunrises over the Sea of Cortez on that side. So El Encanto de la Laguna definitely has a really cool charm to it. Up next, we're going to be talking about the corridor area. In the previous video, you probably learned that Los Cabos, as I mentioned, is two smaller towns connected by a road called La Carretera Transpeninsular, or popularly known as El Corredor, the corridor. Inside of this area, you're going to have some of the most popular all-inclusive resorts, and it's also going to be home to some of the most luxurious and private communities that we have out here in Los Cabos. Now, these are some of my favorite communities out here because this is where the intersection of practicality and art just really, really get together to create some of the most incredible homes, not only in Mexico, but I dare to say in the world. Now, I have to mention that some of these communities are not going to be for everybody because the starting price on these communities is usually going to be from $6 to $8 million, and they quickly go up to $10, $15, $20 million properties inside of these communities. I will be making a longer video about these particular regions because I do really, really love these communities, but they're not for everybody. And one thing that I need to mention about them is that if you are looking to invest in some of these extra luxurious communities such as Chileno Bay, Maravilla, El Dorado, Cabo del Sol, and even Costa Palmas out on the East Cape, you have to be working with an agent that is well versed in these properties. These are not like your traditional properties that are listed on the most popular MLS that we all use down here. In that traditional MLS, you can look at information from basically all homes in every single one of the communities that I've mentioned so far. But these ultra luxury communities such as Chileno Bay, Maravilla, El Dorado, The Cove, and Costa Palmas are going to be a little bit more reserved with their information, and you need to be working with an agent that has experience with these communities and a brokerage that has connections with these communities to be able to assist you the best we can in this transaction. So again, let's start off by mentioning what are some of the most popular communities on the corridor side of Cabo San Lucas. These are going to be the communities that are on the corridor but closer to Cabo San Lucas. And we start off with Punta Ballena. Punta Ballena is the home development for the Esperanza Resort, an all-Burge managed and operated resort that is very, very popular for having incredible service, and just overall, it's a beautiful community. They do offer full ownership options inside of this community, and if you want to learn a little bit more about these, go ahead and message me below. The next one that we're going to be talking about is called Cabo del Sol. Cabo del Sol is massive. It's out there on the Sea of Cortez, and it is home to a couple of really popular resorts, including nowadays the brand new Four Seasons in Cabo San Lucas, which makes it the second Four Seasons in the Los Cabos area, because we have one out there on the East Cape in Costa Palmas. But inside of Cabo del Sol, this community just keeps on growing. It has one of the most popular golf courses, the Cabo del Sol golf course, and now they have the Cove community, which is also a very high-end, ultra-luxury community inside of Cabo del Sol. Upcoming, we're gonna have also a really high-end and cool mall that they're building out there, and there's just tons of stuff going on Cabo del Sol. So again, if you want to know more about Cabo del Sol, go ahead and message me directly. The next one on the list that is close to Cabo San Lucas is going to be Maravilla. Maravilla is another one of those ultra-luxury communities that we have on the corridor closer to Cabo San Lucas. It is the home to the Montage Resort, which is very popular. And again, it's also going to have some of the most incredible homes out here. I'm talking just works of art in front of the ocean out there on the Sea of Cortez. The one that follows it is going to be Chileno Bay. Chileno Bay is home to the Chileno Bay Resort, and that is also managed and operated by Allbirds, so you can just expect incredible quality and service out of this entire community. It's also one of the bigger ones of these ultra-luxury residential areas that you want to keep in mind. Now, if we continue down the road, you're going to start getting into the road, the part of the corridor that's going to be closer to San José del Cabo. And the first community that I want to talk about that it's on that side is going to be Las Ventanas El Paraíso. Las Ventanas El Paraíso is technically a resort. It is managed and operated by the Rosewood. It's incredible, it's very, very popular, very, very romantic, and they offer some of the most incredible luxury resort real estate that there's available out here in Los Cabos. The next one that we have on the list is going to be El Dorado. That is also one of these ultra luxury residential communities. And the last one that we're going to talk about is called Cerro Colorado. Once you get to Cerro Colorado, you're basically in San José del Cabo already, but it is technically still part of the corridor. And if you're looking for a beachfront property in these regions, Cerro Colorado might actually be one of the most accessible, budget-friendly areas, still on the beach side of the corridor. Now, this has been a long video. I know that I've thrown a lot of information at you, and I hope that it's been short and sweet just to be able to get to the point about how many incredible communities we have out here in Los Cabos, just making it up from Cabo San Lucas to San Jose and the corridor. As I mentioned, I did not dive deep into what each one of these communities is. And I mentioned that I was born and raised down here, so a lot of these communities are very close to my heart since I've had a chance to be able to see them develop, to see them grow. And a lot of these communities just keep on impressing me with the level of architecture and planning that they just keep on offering and getting better year after year. Once we're done with the How to Move to Los Cabos video series, I will be jumping into another video series in which I will talk about each one of these communities and make an individual video for each one of these communities so I can actually dive into and tell you all about the really cool things about them. Because I want to tell you about the desalination plant that Queveria has so you don't have to worry about water. I want to tell you about the incredible amenities that you can have over there in Diamante. I want to tell you about how cool it is to have the Waldorf Astoria inside of the Pedregal. I want to tell you about luxury real estate that is available for rental in some of these really cool areas. It's just, there's so much stuff that I want to be able to share with you about each community, but this video would be very, very long if I just started to do that. So make sure to like this video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date on all of the future videos that I will be making for you guys. This is all to get you guys to know the Destiny as well as possible before making your move down here. Now, I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I've enjoyed making it for you guys. We will be making more videos, so again, don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell. And if you have any questions for me, if you want me to make any particular videos for you guys, any questions that you want me to answer on future videos, make sure to comment down below what these questions are, or go ahead to message me. My information is down in the description below. And of course, if you are ready to make your move down here and you need assistance at finding that perfect piece of property for you, go ahead and message me. My information is down in the description below, because I am having a blast making this video series for you guys. But the best day is always the day that you're finally down here and I finally give you the keys to the beautiful condo or home and you finally start making Los Cabos a chapter in your life. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and have a fantastic day. I will see you on the next video.